What you doing here, man?
Water flower.
All right, they saying that, is that your vehicle? It's not?
It's the neighbor's vehicle.
The neighbors? This vehicle is not supposed to be here and you're not supposed to be here.
Who's saying that?
They called about it. I don't know who called.
I'm gonna continue to water these flowers. I don't care who called y'all. Lock me up and see what happens. I don't care who called y'all.
Hi y'all, how's it going? This is Eric Gardenas. I am an attorney with Attorney Tom and Associates, catastrophic personal injury firm. And today I will be reacting to another video for you with Attorney Reacts. The title of the video that I'm reacting to today is Body Cam Footage of Alabama Pastor Arrested for Watering Neighbor's Plants by AL.com. So let's just get right into it.
Howdy.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. What you doing here, man?
Water flower.
All right, they saying that, is that your vehicle? It's not?
It's the neighbor's vehicle.
The neighbors?
314, I'll be on 13.
Okay.
10-4.
You live here?
No, I don't live here.
Okay. They saying that this vehicle is not supposed to be here and you're not supposed to be
Who's
here.
saying that?
They called about it. I don't know who called.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street.
You're Pastor Jennings?
Yes,
Jennings,
I'm looking out for their
across
house
the
while they
street.
gone.
Okay.
Watering their flowers.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, do you have like ID and all?
Flowers while they're
I'm not gonna
gone.
give you no ID.
Why not?
I ain't did nothing wrong. I ain't did
Well,
nothing
you look,
suspicious.
listen, I'm not saying do nothing wrong.
Doc, listen,
There's a suspicious person.
Look, I used to be a police officer in Goodwater. Don't come here with that. Okay?
Look, man,
Used to
don't
be
do
a
this
police
to me.
officer doing nothing wrong.
There's a suspicious
True.
person in the yard, and if you're not one to identify yourself,
I don't have to identify myself. It's not a stop and identify state. That guy know me. He came to my store that got broke in. I live right over there across the street. Who called y'all?
that's what we got to figure out. But
Yeah,
first,
who called? You live black man
He
out
don't
here
live here.
warning his neighbor problem. You think
I'm not
doing
saying
something
nothing
illegal.
about.
You have no right to approach me if I ain't did
Yeah,
nothing
I mean,
suspicious
that's all that's happening
or nothing
so
wrong.
far.
Told him I'm a pastor. I pastor until I don't want to hear you. Sir. You want to lock me up? Lock me up.
Nobody wants to
Lock me. I'm not showing y'all anything. I'm gonna continue to water these flowers. I don't care who called y'all. Lock me up and see what happens. I want you to.
Hey, man, just come here and talk to us. What?
By the title of this video, it seems that they
Well, if you would let us talk to you, we can figure stuff
they
out.
may do on his threat. Well, not. Well,
Do it. Do it.
We're just trying to talk to you, man. Come here.
313, 314, follow.
10-4. We got one that's not listening to us. Look, man, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone, dude. Just calm down, okay?
No.
Stop.
I like this.
wow.
Okay. We're just trying to talk to you and see.
They've arrested him. Put him in
All right, go ahead
handcuffs
and do what you
already.
gotta do, Doc. Do what you got to do. Go on and
Okay.
lock me up.
Look, just have a seat.
We're-
It's already
not
a
locked
lawsuit.
up, you're
It's
just-
already a lawsuit,
Yes,
Doc.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's already a
Okay.
lawsuit.
Just have a seat, okay?
Okay? Already a lawsuit.
Sit down. Sit down, man. Just
Okay, let me call my wife.
you're not calling nobody.
My son just got racially profiled in Michigan. He's got his master's degree. He's the athletic director. 3 police profiler came in. I was ex-police officer from Goodwater. I told you I'm a pastor.
Okay, look, man.
Who called y'all?
They
We-
arrested
I don't have to ID
You
myself.
will not
An
listen.
ex-police
Call on
officer
you, right?
and
You have to
pastor
identify
who's
yourself.
watering
You
these
understand
neighbors'
what I'm telling you?
flowers.
No, I don't.
Really,
You wait, watch how you want. Take me down, book me. Go do what
really
you
saving
Go do what you need.
the streets
I
here.
think it's
Will
gonna
you please
be.
call my wife right quick?
We're gonna wait off. All right. Well, y'all sit with him, Jeremy. I'm gonna go over here and see if it's 6 people over here that call.
This is ridiculous. Okay, so as everyone knows, may or may not know, a police, is required to have reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed in order to, pull you over or to stop you if they think that you may be suspected of committing a crime. I looked it up here, Alabama Code, Section 15530, authority of peace officers to stop and question. It is a law in the state of Alabama where this arrest is happening. But the key here is that a police officer can only stop a person abroad in a public place whom he reasonably suspects is committing or has committed or is about to commit a felony or other public offense. And they may demand of him his name, address, and explanation of his actions. I think that's going to be key here because we're not in a public place. We're in a private place where Pastor Jennings has been invited to by his neighbors to water and help them keep the garden up while they're gone. So he had no duty to give his name, address, or an explanation of what he was doing, even though he did. You know, he said, "I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street, and I'm watering my neighbor's plants." Even told him he was a former police officer. I mean,
Hey, you know what? 10-15. 10-15. 10-15. I ain't gonna sit there and have that, dude. No, you ain't letting nothing now. If you're a pastor and you're here watering a neighbor's yard, that's fine if you got permission.
exactly.
313,
Yeah,
1072,
it is
that's out.
fine. And y'all just arrested him, so you're doing
10-4.
wrongful arrest. Y'all are probably gonna get sued
313 swapping the record.
if you haven't already, since this video's from May 2022
313
and it's
records.
currently summer 2023. The time of this
Hi,
recording.
you're up.
This is just sad.
This is 505. She says she's stepping outside. You talking to the 72? Do you know that gentleman back?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Does he have
He
permission?
lives right there.
Okay, does he have permission here to be watering flowers?
He may because they are friends.
Okay.
And they went out
Oh
of
my
town today.
gosh.
Right.
He may be watering their flowers.
Okay.
Be completely normal.
Okay, that's fine. If he
And
would
they
have said,
just
"Hey, I got
arrested
this,"
him.
gave his identification because he's a suspicious person. He said that's not his vehicle; it's their vehicle.
We
Okay.
have a call. Like,
Yeah.
we're here because we're called here. I don't know who called, but somebody did.
Did you call us?
313,
So this is the woman who called
Rory
another
Milam of
neighbor, called the
Childersburg,
cops.
on a 2004 Chevy Tahoe, no color listed. Registration is valid till 6/30/22, negative 29.
10-4, you did say the name's Roy Mallon.
10-4.
If I were these
10-4,
cops
thanks for mix up.
or their supervisors, I would have them, release him
He could be
immediately.
watering their flowers. This is probably my fault.
Okay,
This is
do you know
totally
who
my
Roy
fault.
Mallon
Yeah,
is?
maybe should have
That's the
thought.
person that owns that vehicle. Roy
Ask
Mallon.
him who owns the house. I don't know the guy's name.
Maybe should have thought twice before calling the
I
cops
don't know who
on
owns-
someone
Probably it could be their
watering
vehicle.
flowers. Could have taken a
Step out.
closer look.
Miss-
She
Sister
could have.
Connie
She literally recognizes
and,
him as the neighbor.
what's
once she
wrong
looked at
with
him.
you?
Oh, looks
Listen
like
to
they
me
are
now.
going to arrest him because if not, they got a lawsuit coming to them for wrongful arrest.
better?
Actually about to go over to his house.
Listen, let me talk to you. Who is Roy Mallon? That's you, ain't it?
I'm Michael Jennings, sir.
You're Michael Jennings. Who is Roy Mallon?
I don't know.
Okay, that's who that vehicle belongs to.
Yeah, that's
Who
all I
lives
know.
in-
His name is Roy.
That's who lives here?
That's Roy. I call him Roy and call his wife Connie, and I've been dealing with him for 7 years that I've been
Yeah.
living here.
They are friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you would have said, yeah, here's my name, here's everything, we were like,
I told
okay.
him my name. I
You
don't
didn't
have
tell
to
me
give
your
him-
name.
I decided. He asked me who I was. I said,
You didn't give it to me when I first
Pastor
asked.
Jennings. Pastor Jennings.
That's not a name.
But
That's
still,
a pastor.
yeah.
I need your
The way
name.
y'all handle this situation was totally wrong.
Well, listen,
You
It
racial
is.
profile.
we're not
That's
racial
right.
Yes,
profile.
you did.
Totally
No,
wrong
sir.
and
No, sir.
racially
We're not about
profiled.
I
that.
told
okay?
you I was here watering
True.
the flowers. But it's
How do I know that's the truth?
Because I
Anybody,
had the water hose in my hand. I was watering all the flowers.
anybody can pick a hose pipe up.
He is gonna be so pissed when I tell him I got arrested watering his flowers.
What are we gonna do with him?
We'll see the charge of, I guess, disorderly conduct, the failure to obey a police officer. He refused to give any information.
He said he's not gonna give me his social, but he gave me his name and date of birth.
Okay, and she's saying the same thing. She won't give her name.
Her?
Yeah, because he got arrested.
Jeez.
The fact that they're still trying to charge him with something, even after this, is
Okay.
beyond me. Oh man, the aftermath of this is going.
I said, if you'll just listen to me, I'll be an audio and video recorded. What we're trying to do is identify yourself and what's going on here. He wouldn't even let me. He wanted to yell over me and say we're racial profiling. I'm talking to him like he's a boy.
Nobody was doing that.
Suspicious individual. The lady who called the cops just realized the suspicious individual was her neighbor. This should be done. A waste of resources, waste of taxpayer dollars in Alabama. If they don't want a lawsuit on their hands, they should be letting him go immediately. Oh wow. Very nice of you to finish watering the flowers after arresting the neighbor pastor who was already doing that. Oh man, this is one of the most aggravating videos I have ever reacted to. I don't understand why this is still going.
The water was on. All you had to do is identify yourself.
You knew the water was on. This guy walked up to him.
I mean, this could have been all avoided if he would have just.
Well, I told her that. And every time I try to tell him, he just says,
This
"You
could have
good,
been
man, I appreciate
avoided
this. appreciate it.
This could have been avoided if these cops had just listened to him in the very first sentence when he said, "I'm Pastor Jennings. I am here watering my neighbor's lawn, and I live across the street."
That's all he would say. You couldn't.
And they just listened to him
detain
instead
until
of choosing to
he walked
arrest
away,
him.
started coming to the front yard saying he's coming to water these plants, and then he gets his phone out and he just keeps.
I would be upset if I'm watering my neighbor's plants and some cops try to come up to me and question me.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
What's the charge? So just destruction?
Disorderly or obstruction. Obstruction.
I'll just
They
do
don't
it.
even know
Just do
the
it.
charges.
Obstruction of governmental operations.
Yeah.
We're here to investigate a call, and he wouldn't give us his
Yeah.
name or any other thing. Yeah, we told him.
Oh, I already know. These
But still, I need his name. You know, we gotta have his name.
these charges are
I'll take him over to the PD for you. We'll go from
Yeah, I'll go get gas.
there. He seems like a
they're trying to
reasonable,
come
nice
up
guy.
with
I don't
reasons to
understand.
arrest
Yeah.
him.
He shouldn't.
To be honest with
If
you-
he's a good water police, he said this ain't an identifying state. Yes, it is.
He doesn't want to talk to you because you arrest people this quickly for
Did you get his
just
phone?
because people have their rights violated so often. That's why people don't want to talk to y'all.
After that, we radioed for them to contact her, have her step out and talk to us. Well, she does tell us it's a mistake and all that stuff. But at this point, he's already collected the charge. Once we place him on arrest, we can't unarrest him. Does that make sense?
That's what happened.
And the neighbor.
They arrested him, and so they can't go back now, or else it's a wrongful arrest. That's what's happening here. Oh man, they are gonna get so sued because they were not trigger happy, thank goodness, but they were arrest happy. I mean, they had a plan to arrest him just no matter what. I mean, just okay. We're coming to the end of the video. I was looking here on the side while the video was going just to see the aftermath of this, since this was about a little more than a year ago, and I just want to share it with y'all before I go because, yep, of course, as I suspected, a lawsuit's been filed. I mean, this is just, you could see here, you know, what an intro. I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street. I'm looking out for their house while they're gone, watering their flowers. Charged with obstruction of government operation while doing a neighborly deed. They're out of town. Oh, okay, and so here, Alabama Code 15530, you know, again, it requires an individual in a public place to give their name, address, and explanation of their actions. Again, here we're in a private place, and that's probably what they're going to use here. Yeah, he had no lawful obligation to identify himself. Eventually, he had to pay $500 to spell out, and on June 1st, within a month, charges were dismissed with prejudice. Means they can never bring that case against him again. They know they screwed up, but it was too late. Yeah, I mean, state law claims of false arrest and federal claims. Okay, factual allegations. Yep, we saw that. Okay, this is just telling the story of everything that we just saw in the videos. I mean, just the fact that they arrested him and booked him mugshot for nothing. I mean, it's awful. Yeah, see, so I mean, the charges here are federal claims. You know, the Fourth Amendment protects all of us against right to unreasonable search and seizure. Yeah, I mean, this is something that really could have been avoided here by the officers. He didn't commit any sort of crime. They just got offended that he didn't want to cooperate with them. Pastor Jennings had no duty to cooperate with them. He had no legal duty. Yes, he could have if he wanted to. And I'm sure that some people will argue that he should have just cooperated with them because of the kindness of his heart or to avoid any sort of problems or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is that right here, let's look at the law itself. And it says, Alabama Code, right here, whom he reasonably suspects is committing a crime is required to demand his name, address, and explanation of his actions in a public place. He was on private property, his lawyers argue, and demanded to prove his identity by showing his card. His ID and wallet were at his house because he was helping his neighbor out. I am very curious to see what's going to come of this lawsuit. From my understanding, there's no resolution as of yet. But this is a case that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be upset with. I'm sure a lot of you are going to, some will side with the police, but I mean, in this situation, this is a pastor doing a neighborly deed. What benefit? What harm is being done here? What use of resources just wasted here in this situation? And now you got a lawsuit on your hands that's going to cost the taxpayers of Alabama even more of their hard-earned money. It's a sad situation here. I wish the lawyers the best of luck representing Pastor Jennings, and that Pastor Jennings is able to get compensated for his for the fact that he was wrongfully accused, wrongfully arrested, and I mean the charges were dropped. This is I hope he's able to get compensated and able to move on from this act of injustice towards him and his family, towards his neighbors, people of Alabama. Thank you very much, y'all, once again. If y'all enjoyed this type of content, go like, follow, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Facebook, other social media platforms, and you can find me at Eric Cardenas Law. This was another episode of Attorney Reacts. Thank y'all very much, and we'll see you next time.
Big verdict.